Hello everyone and welcome back. This will be the second video to discuss foundation. We discussed already the wall foundation. In this video we will discuss the piers and the isolated footings. And to be honest with you, they are the same command, but we will make some shortcuts and playing around in order to get to what we want. Now, by default, Revit doesn't have any piers, which will be covering the distance from here to here, which should be always a very important part of my design. Some of the people tend to go with making a column here. I hate that because as simple as that, this will be a foundation, so I consider it as a foundation. Even when I do schedules, it will be considered as a foundation. So the only trick that we will do is we will make the same isolated footing, but with a big height. In these cases will be 4,500, the difference between the ground floor and the top of the footing levels. And sometimes we'll go beyond that with 6,500 in order to cover the distance for the weak soil, if you recall the previous videos that we did. So what we will do, we will go to, let's go to ground floor, and we will go to isolated footings, and you will find that there is a rectangular footing with two sizes, but as you can see, the thickness is very shallow, very small. We want to change that, and we want to create a different size of this. So it's easy. Go ahead, select any size, go to the edit type, go to duplicate, and then I will do the following. It's going to be 900 by 900 by 4,500, and then I will say okay. I will change the thickness to 4,500, the width to be 900, and the length to be 900. Since we are here in this dialog box, let me create another one, duplicate, and that will be 6,500, and I'll say okay, and I will change this to 6,500. So I have now two sizes. Of course, these two sizes will cover the concept of the rectangular ones. The circular one, we will deal with it in the coming 4 or 5 minutes. We'll say okay. Now we have, as you can see, 4 sizes. We used to have 2, we added 2 more. I'll select the first one. Then you can add them one by one by going here. When the grid line highlights, you can click both of them. But if you want to, what we can do is we can click on add columns. Add columns will help me do that faster. Let me show you. I will do this, but I will exclude. I don't like to go with the circular, so what I will do, I will include only those. Then I will hold the control and click on this column and in this column. As you can see, instantly the footings were or the piers were added. But there is a small problem, so what I will do, I will remove it. I will hold the shift and remove it from here and here and here, and you will see that why am I doing this. Say finish, press escape twice, go to the 3D, and you can see now it's input in the right place. But we removed these 3, by the way, so we will do that in the next step. So what I'm going to do, I'll go to the isolated, I'll select the second size, which is 900 by 900 by 6,500, and add it to these 3 places because the profile of the wall is different. Now we can visit the 3D to make sure that we are doing the right thing. A very small tip that I will do is I will change the bearing to cover the bearing foundation to cover the piers. By clicking on it, you can see that bubble. I would just drag it outside. I don't like to make any guesses, and I'll go to modify. I will select align. I will select this edge yes, this face, and then this face, and you can see now they are in the right place. I have to do that again over here, but I cannot see it clearer. I will go like this just to see the bearing and the piers, and I will drag it outside, use align again, select this face and this face, and it is 100% as we want it. Now it's all good except for the circular. So let's go to ground again. The funny thing is that Revit didn't provide us with a circular isolated footing. This is very odd. By the way, at the end of the course, at the, let's say, called the third or the fourth quarter of the course, I will show you how to create your own. But right now, we will use something ready as I prepare it for you. So we'll go to structure, we'll go to isolated footing, and we'll go to load family. It's a very good opportunity. By the way, I already did that. I will show you something else in the coming minute about piles. So we'll go like round footing, and it is already loaded. And you can see now there are 3 sizes of it. 900 by, I would like to go with 900, but I will change, I will say edit type, then I will go to duplicate, and I will change that to 5,900 by 4,500, and then I will remove the 2, say OK, and then the foundation thickness is right, 4,500, and I will say OK. And now what we can do is we can insert it in this. I can use at columns, and I can select the columns like that, and I'll say finish, and you can see now they are in the right place. Go to the 3D, you can see now everything is in order, and this is what I want. Great. The next step will be to add the isolated footing beneath these. So we have to use another one called the TOF. The first problem with this is the grid lines. We need the grid lines. So what I will do, I will just simply unhide them. Right click, unhide the category, then I will click this off. Great. Now what we will do, we will go to isolated footing, and then I will select rectangular. Let me select this one. It's going to be 1,200. Okay, let me change. I will duplicate edit type. We did that a lot. You should know now that you will do it this way. But I will change the thickness to 300 so it will fit. Remove the 2. And it will be 300 by 1,200, 1,200. That's right. I'll say OK, and I will do that one by one, and I will click all the way. I'll take it from left to right, bottom, whatever is the method that you would like, but don't forget, you have to make sure that you added the foundation at the right place. Why did we go to the TOF? Because it will be below the TOF. So I'm adding right now isolated footings with the same size. Of course, at the real life, you may need to change the footings size, so you may have multiple sizes for your real work. One more, I think, yes. Then we'll press escape twice, go to isolated footings, select the circle, the round footing, and that would be this one. Edit type. I think the foundation thickness is wrong. We'll duplicate, and that would be 300. And then We'll remove this. Yes, let's say okay. Then this will be okay, and this will be, no, this will be, I want to rename that. It's gonna be 1200. Wow, lots of zeros. 1200, and then that would be 300, and this will be the 1200. Yes, that's right. And now we are ready. They are only 8. And yes, no, this is not right. You have to be very careful before you click. Make sure it fits. That's right. We all make mistakes. So I'm one of you. I made mistake. You have to forgive me for that. And one last thing that I would like to show you. Always check your work on a 3D, by the way. And you will find a very funny picture over here. It went to the level of the TOF, but really the wall extends beyond that. So what we need to do is to select these three and then go over to properties with the height offset from level and make it -2000. Apply, yes, perfect. It went right into the place that we wanted. So great, this is what we want. The next video will discuss the slab on grade and how we can do it with the slab edge. What are the settings to do that? But right now you want to go to the PDF file exercise 6.2 and the RVT file exercise 6.2 and solve the exercise as I did in this video. Thank you very much.